Yeah, they really made some plays. I mean, we've had some other close games that we've not been able to grab hold of because we just didn't make enough plays at the end of the game. And, Courtney had a phenomenal second half, and Matt did a nice job as well. Iowa State, they came in here like with a real mindset of attacking, and I thought the way that they made a run in the mid first half was really impressive. But our guys showed really good resolve, down the stretch of the game. That's what you have to do in these kind of games. We always say it's a long game. There's a lot of twists and turns, and our guys really, hung strong together, and you could see the look on their face and those last couple of media timeouts that they were in a good place.
Courtney's been throwing balls into the stands and just been kind of out of sorts at times. But do you keep on him about just stick with it? And
Yes.
It'll all come back to him.
Yeah, I mean that young man is, he's in the middle of a growth process right now. He's, I don't know, 2/3 of the way through his sophomore regular season, and he's not yet the person and player that he's going to end up being at the end of the road in college, and he's even going to need to grow after that. So, our emphasis to him is just to try to help him be in the best place he can be in the moment to grab hold of the opportunities he has. One of the things that is great about him is also one of the things that hurts him at times, and that's that he's really hard on himself. There's a real internal battle going on in his mind when plays don't go his way or games don't go his way. He's a guy that has a high standard for himself, but then sometimes he looks like he's kind of teetering on just the edge of going and just playing. So if we can help him have a clarity for, hey, this is the process you need to follow. You got to hang in there with it. It's a game of mistakes sometimes. But this isn't the first game where in the second half he's just been able to put whatever it is aside that was troubling him earlier in the game and do what he needed to do. And we wouldn't have won the game without it.
These last 3 games have all been extremely close for you guys. You lose the
Yep.
LSU game, but you go up and find a way to win that one at TCU. And
Yeah.
this is probably the best you guys have looked closing down the stretch. During those 3 games, are you sensing a little bit of growing confidence? Maybe they're loosening up a little bit because it seemed like they were just kind of going in the final 2 minutes.
Well, it's interesting, Nick, because you want your guys to be aggressive and confident, and you want them to be loose enough to not, play with avoidance. But I thought we started the game with the exact mindset that we tried to build over the last couple of days, and then we lost it. And I thought we had some selfish shots at a stretch there in the first half. I thought we had some turnovers that were just unacceptable. So we really addressed that stuff, and I thought our guys did a better job in the second half taking care of the basketball. When the game's not going perfect for you individually, we've talked about this many times, you don't have time to feel sorry for yourself. You have to do what's next. And our guys did a really good job in the last 6-8 minutes of the game. Even when Iowa State made some tough shots, some tough plays, a couple plays didn't go our way on the offensive end of just trying to hang in there and continue to fight and stay together.
Do you think Donovan's starting to rub off on his teammates? I mean, no matter what happens, his confidence is always really high, and maybe he's kind of infecting guys with that.
I'll tell you, it's a real thing at the college level. Is freshmen, they have a kind of a ignorance is bliss to them because there's so many things they don't know, but it can really work in their favor. It happened with Jackson a lot last year. It's just certain things he didn't know, but he went and attacked it. He wasn't afraid, and what he didn't know actually worked well for him. I thought today Donovan did a really good job of playing with confidence and aggressiveness, but also after the first time he was in the game, after that, really trying to be locked into our plan, what we need to do. He's always going to be a guy that you got to kind of live with some stuff, because he's that's just how he plays. But we were a plus 15 when he was in the game, so obviously he made a big impact.
I know Courtney took over in the game. Still, Jericho had only one shot attempt in the last 11 minutes. How much does that register with you?
Yeah, it's huge. And we probably ran 5 or 6 actions to get him the ball. First of all, Solomon Young deserves a lot of credit. The way that he tried to take him away on that right block. And then, if he's open for a split second, he's got to have it. With a good defender like Young, he's not going to be open for 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. The one time we did get it to him late, Brian, he didn't go shoot. He passed it back out to Courtney.
Right.
So he led us in shot attempts at TCU. We told our guys that's a formula that we want to repeat. He really was able to get going early, with some great looks, great opportunities off pick and roll and in the post, but not enough as the game went on. So that's something as coaches and with our guards that we have to, find ways to create more of. I would love for him to shoot it 15 times. But, part of it is his responsibility as well, like holding his seal, going after the ball, and, something we got to keep working on.
Do you sense the guys are maybe a little hesitant to make that entry pass?
Yes, yeah. I thought there was some hesitancy on a couple of the actions today where he was open. They don't want to throw the ball away, but that's basketball at this level, man. You gotta stick your chest out and make the play. And something we got to keep working on, feeding the post. We don't want our guys to turn it over, but we want to get the ball to a guy who's probably playing the best on our team right now. So, it's something that we'll continue to attack.
I know you guys go one game at a time, but how big was this week for you personally and for this team just to get 2 wins, get back to 500 in Big 12? I mean, pump a bunch of life back into the year again.
Yeah, I thought the TCU win was really important just from the standpoint of going on the road and owning a challenge, accepting a challenge, knowing that it's a tough place to play, and they're a really good defensive team, and Bain and Samuel are tough covers. I thought our guys stepped forward to a challenge, and then when TCU tied the game with 2 minutes and change left, as a group we stayed together and did not wilt. Today, this was an emotional game for whatever reason. I mean, I was really emotional after the game. Some of our guys were, just because it's what we told our guys. This is a swing game. It is for Iowa State. It is for us, and it's one we need to go grab just because it makes a huge difference. Obviously, the feeling you have and where you stand, where you sit, if you win. So. It's a big week. Every week's going to be a big week in the Big 12. We have a short turnaround now to Big Monday at Kansas. And, the key will be, again, how we handle that and then how we're able to stay together and stay the course throughout twists and turns in that game.
2 last ones, please. Shaka, what are some of the positives that you can take from your last meeting with Kansas here a couple of weeks ago? You guys kind of hung around, had a
Yeah, I think it was tied with 5 minutes or so to go. Again, they made a lot more plays than us down the stretch. I thought in that game when we were really assertive and aggressive on offense in the first half, we really got in the flow. We were able to create, I think, an 8-point lead, but we didn't sustain that. And we had a stretch there in the first half where actually before the 8-point lead, it was 21-17 for – I don't know, like 3-4 minutes. Neither team was scoring. And at that stretch in the game, you got to extend that. Azubuike is a low. He's a really good player, and he's going to get some points around the basket. I think the biggest thing in that game was Dotson and Garrett. Really had their way attacking, getting downhill. We've got to do a better job on those guys, and particularly being on the road. Kansas. They're so good on the road or at their place at just being the more assertive, aggressive team. Our guys, some of our guys have experience playing them up there and being in a position at the very end of the game to go grab it and win it. We came up just short, and so there's some things we can take from all of those games. But the key is more us, who we need to be, and what the best version is of us.
Last one, please. I know it's a left column, I know you guys talk about one game at a time, but you guys have a stretch coming up where you've got a chance for some of those left column wins. What do you say to your team about this next week and a half and the opportunity in front of them to really help themselves in terms of NCAA tournament standing?
Yeah, I mean, we talk pretty much every week about kind of where we are in all that stuff. Our guys have really big goals, and one of their goals is they want to play and advance in the NCAA tournament. To do that, you got to go grab some of these games for sure. We always want to take one game at a time, but to your point, there's a heck of a stretch coming up. This league is one where at some point you're going to have those stretches, and what you have to do is be the best team you possibly can be in this game, and then quickly turn the page, learn from it, and find a way to respond, win or lose. Because the thing about these games is they are opportunities, to grab hold of.